There's a phrase that echoes through many circles of modern spirituality. I'm just holding space. It's often spoken gently and with the best of intentions. And yet I've come to sense something worth examining beneath its surface. Because not all space is sacred, and not all holding is true presence. There was a time in my life when I was close to someone who often used to use this phrase. They would say, "I'm just all about love. I hold space." At first it sounded noble, but in truth what I felt in their presence told another story. There was a quiet discomfort in me, a sense that I wasn't really being met. What I shared, especially when it was vulnerable or deeply felt, often landed in a kind of silent void. Not the stillness of reverent listening, but something blank, distant and disconnected. And over time, I began to feel the energetic weight of that difference. You see, true presence is not passive. It is not simply a spiritual mask of tolerance. It requires a depth of attention, a soft and steady willingness to be with another without judgment, without needing to fix or escape, and without subtly performing spiritual superiority. Presence is the sacred art of emptying ourselves of assumptions and truly being with what is alive in the moment. Holding space, as it's often spoken today, can become a spiritual platitude, a gentle sounding bypass, cloaked in love but lacking the real strength of compassionate attention. It can be well-meaning and yet still miss the point, because real presence listens. It feels, it attends, and it dares to open. The more I walk the path of non-reactive intelligence, the deeper I travel along the emptying path. And the more I see how our bodies speak the truth, even when words don't. When something is energetically off, when a person's presence and their words don't align, we can feel it. That dissonance is not a flaw in us, it's guidance. It's the subtle whisper of our intuitive knowing, saying to us, this isn't safe. This isn't whole. This isn't love. And so I've come to honor that whisper, to no longer idealize spiritual language. I don't assume that every soft-spoken person who claims to hold space is living from true presence. And neither do I judge them. But I discern, because discernment is love too. This is what I long to offer now. Not a performance, not a platitude, but an embodied, grounded, clear field of presence. Even when I don't agree, even when I don't resonate, even when someone's path looks very different than mine. I want to live in that field where nothing needs to be said to prove depth, because the depth is already felt. And that, to me, is sacred space. So I invite you, if this touches something in you, to pause, to look at the ways we sometimes use spiritual language to cover what we're not ready to face, and to ask honestly, am I here right now, or am I trying to seem like I am? The world doesn't need more spiritual phrases. It needs more spacious, honest, quietly fierce presence. And that begins within.